What's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome Tuesday night, big slate today. Your fielder's choice, MLB Dfs pre-lock live. Hope everyone's doing well. It's a big one today, so we're gonna move through it pretty quick though. But we had a good night last night. We're actually kind of back on a little bit of roll again. We've won 3 or 4 nice slates in a row, so we're back rolling. Just get some housekeeping out of the way. Yourfielderschoice.com subscription right now, $35 a month for the first 6 months. Can't beat that deal. We pride ourselves in a niche sport. It's a small sport, so check us out, yourfearlesschoice.com. We're also partners with Price Picks, which we'll get to later on. But let's get right into it. So, you guys have any questions? What's up, Eric? Ask them in the chat room as we go by position by position. The cheat sheet, actually, Devin just DM'd me. The cheat sheet has been updated. So if anybody hasn't seen our cheat sheet, we've had a cheat sheet for quite a while, even before we were YFC, when we were Daily Fantasy Solutions. And I still think we have the best baseball cheat sheet in the industry by far. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's pretty much, it's money, especially for cash games. It's got everything, your K percentage, walk percentage, WOBA, ISO, against the pitcher, hand, all that kind of stuff, ownership. It's top of the line. So check it out. He does a lot of work on it. He busts his ass on it, but it shows. It's a good product. Jeremy Burton's on, man. What's going on, man? All right, so pitching. Actually, weather. There's no weather today. I don't believe, unless something's changed in the last couple of minutes, there's actually no weather at all. Even there's really not much like hitting environment today. There's nothing big going out. Let me see St. Louis, which we're all excited about yesterday, and that kind of shit the bed on us. Going out to left field 10 miles an hour. And that's pretty much it. Yeah. I believe the roof is going to be open in Arizona, I think. If anybody knows that for a fact, Houston, Arizona, let me know. But if they open the roof in Arizona, it's going to actually, we're going to like the San Diego Bats in Arizona even more than we do now. So pitching, looking at the cheat sheet right now, we got 2 pitchers that are catching most of the ownership. Lucas Giolito and Christian Javier. First of all, we got 2 studs going, Giolito and Max. This is weird seeing Max actually not catching a lot of ownership. He's probably down between a little under 20%. But Giolito probably is the best point per dollar play on the slate. He's just looked awesome going back to last year. Yeah, he got shit canned last week in Boston. But it was like one of those 11 o'clock game, Patriots Day. I was actually doing some research, and even before the game came out, that the coaching staff said he's not a morning person, so I don't know why the hell they pitched him that day. But he got smashed. Maeda got smashed in that same game, but I kind of give him a mulligan on that. And he's my top play. He's pretty much everybody's top play. He's going against the Tigers, who can't produce runs at all. They have the highest strikeout rate right now in baseball, 28.9%. Batting average is the league low at 208. So we're on Giolito. He's your cash game. Max is an awesome GPP pivot. You're going to get Max for probably, I'd say like 10% owned in some of these. I mean, it is a small ballpark he's in. It's decent hitting weather, but still, we know Max. He's going to strike out people. He's going to go over 100 pitches. He may give up a home run or 2, but he's going to end up punching people out. He's going to get through 7 innings or so. So Max is still a play. I was actually messing with trying to put Max and Gio in the same lineup. Just it works, but I just think you can probably go a little bit stronger and catch some of these other plays. But just know Giolito's the play. You want him in your cash lineup and move on from there. The big question is your SB2. FanDuel's Gio. SB2, Christian Javier is catching a lot of ownership right now. And he's an underrated pitcher. I mean, I like him. His main problem, he's a fly ball pitcher. He doesn't produce ground balls, but he's got an excellent whip. He goes deep into games. He's actually, his last couple of games, he's actually been pitching really well. And that's why the ownership pretty much popped up today. He's going against Seattle, who's obviously a weak lineup. So he's thrown 14 innings so far this year, 36.4% strikeout, and only 5.5% walk rate. That's on the same level as Max and Giolito. So, I mean, he's got the same upside, those guys. I just don't think he's less likely to get the 30 DK points like those two would. But to me, he's a big GPP pivot, but obviously you can go to him in cash too. He definitely has the upside. I honestly, as I started looking at this morning, mainly because of his price, I wasn't looking at him as a cash play because of his price. If there wasn't any money involved, yeah. I mean, I'd be on Max or Giolito, but I'd still think if you're going to go up to Javier, then you might as well go a little bit higher to Scherzer. But he's going to be popular. He's probably going to see over 30% ownership. Good matchup. Seattle, his main pitch is the fastball, and Seattle has not hit the fastball well, so he's in a good spot. Couple other cash players I like. I'm on Frankie Montas big time. It's going to be kind of a contrarian play though, because when I'm looking at our cheat sheet, he's not looking at much ownership right now. He's only looking at 13%. I like Montas tonight. I like the matchup against Tampa. He gets batters to chase. Great walk rate. His only problem is he is kind of susceptible to the long ball, but he can deal with lefties. Tampa's got a bunch of lefties in that lineup today. I think 6. But if you look at Montas' velocity, the last 3 games he's pitched, 4 games his velocity has been there. I think he's a nice solid pitcher at 7.3, which allows you to get some more bats. And against lefties right now, he's pitching to a 139 ISO, 309 WOBA, which is pretty good numbers. So I like Montas, but it's kind of a contrarian. Another guy who's actually catching some love today is Jose Quintana. Is Danny on? That's your boy for the Angels. Quintana is catching some love today because he's going against Texas. He actually saw Texas already this year. And why isn't his stats come? Okay, he saw. Why don't I have his? I liked Danny Quintana's trash, and he's an Angels fan. My problem is his price. I like the price. He's a lefty going against Texas, below 7K. He struck out 8 batters in that last matchup. Texas strikes out. The problem is his walk rate is up, right? Yeah. So you're going to see, I think, Quintana a little bit higher on than people think. The problem is he's pretty good to get shit canned too by this Texas lineup, but he's cash viable, and I know a lot of places are going Quintana in cash. Well, I'm not going there, but I wanted to bring him up because I know a lot of places, people I know they're playing cash. Other places are going Quintana, but to me, he's kind of at the bottom of the barrel. I'd kind of rank him like Gio first, to me, Monta, and then probably Christian, Max. That's pretty much it. I kind of like C-Mart today. I liked him last game he pitched. He went well. I think C-Mart's going to be GBP only. And I also like Zach Eflin today, too. He's going to be, Zach Eflin's going to be low owned. I think he's a good pivot. People, they can't hit righties. And he's, I don't know, he's GBP play. But watch out for Eflin and C-Mart tonight. All right, so kind of like just to recap it, Giolito is your play, your top play. SB2, you want to go Javier is the popular choice. I'm going to go Javier or Montas. I like Montas a lot. That's pretty much it, or Quintana. And Quintana's probably going to see more ownership than the projections are showing. Thoughts on Bueller and Walker? Yeah, I mean, Bueller is gonna come in very sneaky today. He's gonna be lower owned, but he's coming off actually his best start of the season last Thursday. He held the Padres to 4 hits. I think it was 2 earned runs. Struck out 9 batters, walked none. So, I mean, it's a plus matchup. The Reds are really struggling. Yeah, the problem is Bueller's price. You're going to see 10-2 at DK, 9-8 on Fielder. That's what's keeping them down. If you have the money and there's value tonight, you can go Bueller, Giolito. If I had the money, I'd probably rather go Max and Giolito. But hey, I mean, especially now they're stretching Bueller out, and he's coming off a big start against San Diego. Yeah, I mean, you can play him. He's looking at right now. His ownership is probably low, right? No, his ownership's 23.20. That was 24%. So yeah, he's in play. I mean, definitely. It's just if you're playing 9-5 at Giolito, 10-2 for Walker, that's a lot of money. I just like Max because Max is gonna go deep into games. They let him go as long as he wants. He's even if he gives up a couple runs. A lot of these guys they give up a couple runs in the first inning, then they give up another run and they're gone. Max will give up a home run or two, and they're gonna at least let him go. He'll get 95, 100 pitches, maybe more, and at least you're gonna get 25 to 30 out of Max either way. But yeah, that's a good call. I got Bueller, Gio, at Otani, Tatis, and Stan. Yeah, and they're all great cash plays, which we'll go over in a second. Not a bad call, and you may catch them a little bit sneaky too. I just had this weird feeling it's more of a gut thing on Javier today, but the kid's got stuff. He showed it, and ownership is pointing that way. So if Montas may blow in my face, very well may be, but I'm a Montas guy. Any questions on pitching? I mean, there's pretty much there's not much else out there for Jeep. Aaron Sanchez, that's another I want to bring up. Sanchez, I saw earlier. There's a lot of people were touting Sanchez as an SB2. I was doing some research on Sanchez today. Gabe Kepler was saying there's something wrong with him, and I noticed that the last game he pitched. So watch out for Sanchez today. You see a lot of people are actually going to be sneaking up on Colorado bats today. So watch out for Sanchez. He's not a big K guy. I think he's like 16, 17% K rate. Huge ground ball rate. Big favorites against the Rockies, but there's something wrong with Sanchez. So just watch out for Sanchez. Ian Anderson's another name. Since he joined the Braves, he's been good K rate. The problem is he's got some control issues. Cubs do strike out, but they are a little bit patient too. They don't walk a lot, so he's probably riskier. But Ian Anderson's another one that could take somebody home in the GPP. All right, that's it for pitching. Catching, everybody's favorite cash catcher, Gary Sanchez, is sitting today, which is awesome because it allows my man Kyle Higashioka to get the start. To me, Higashioka is a must-play at catcher today. Due to his price, he's 3-2, I believe. I think he's 3-2. Great spot, hitting environment in Baltimore. He can definitely hit righties. I'm all over Higashioka. I'm locking him into my main lineup, 100%. Yeah, he's 3-2. Bruce Zimmerman, Yankees going to be popular. Bruce Zimmerman is a trash can. He a fly ball pitcher, doesn't strike people out. It's a hitter's park. The wind is blowing out. It's only 5 miles an hour, but it's a hitter's park in Baltimore. This is why the Yankees are popular again. Higashioka is my top play. Anybody else up there at catcher? Sanchez out. I was all over Posey last night. If Posey is playing, is the Giants lineup out yet? Posey's batting third against Chichi, who's a gas can. He does hit righties well. He had a huge night last night. 323 ISO, 443 wool with a right-hander. So Buster can hit righties. I'll just take a little bit of savings. And if it was lefty, probably over Buster again, but I'll probably go to Higashioka. Buster's in play. If you're going to go all the way down, a punt play is Ben Boom. I like Ben Boom for the Angels, 2-6 against Fulte, who's struggles, lefty on righty, positive platoon. If you can't get Higashioka, drop all the way down to Ben Boom, and you feel all set. TVP plays, Realmuto, Grandal, all those guys. Just don't overthink catcher. It's just great that Sanchez isn't playing, so you have to worry about him being popular and striking out 3 times. He's not in a lineup. If you look at our cheat sheet, probably it's going to show Higashioka, I'm assuming. Showing Higashioka 20%. No other catchers even close to him. Contreras, Chicago's down, and maybe Alex Avila. Sean Murphy's probably the only one, maybe, but he's on righty matchup. So I wouldn't be all over him. Will Smith, is the Dodgers out yet? Dodgers aren't out yet against Hoffman. All right, so catches easy. Higashioka. If you want to be different, maybe Buster or go out down to Ben Boom. First base. Otani's popular. There's nobody over 20%, so you have to worry about somebody being heavily owned. If I can get up to Pete Alonso, that's where I'm going to go. I just don't think I can get up to him, especially if I'm using Giolito. He's a great play today. Richards for Boston has been horrible. The Mets are going to be a sneaky stack. The Mets just aren't hitting, but I think Alonso, I think he's 5'3". Alonso's a great cash play. It's a matter of can you get to him or not. Alonso against righties, he hits righties and a negative platoon, 358 WOBA, but 229 ISO this season. That's like pretty much elite numbers. If you got the money for Alonso, load him up. I like Ohtani. There's two guys I like. Well, I like a lot of first basemen actually. Ohtani is a play. You want Ohtani in your lineup somewhere, first base or outfield. If you look at his logs, he's hitting like crazy. His price dropped from like 5.2 to 4.3, and all he's done is hit. He's got 6 hits his last 4 games and all double-digit DK. He's rolling. Lock him in. He's too cheap. GPP plays. Freddie is in play again. I actually went to Freddie the last second last night. He won me money. Got that home run. He's up to 6K, but he's getting hot again. He could go yard against Williams, no doubt. He's got 6 homers, 13 RBIs now in a season. GPP only. A couple of Gilly. If I don't go Ohtani, and I put Ohtani in the outfield, I really think you should go Gurriel. Gurriel's can be, once again, he doesn't get love, this guy, and all he does is hit right now. He's locked in 3 multi-hit games out of his last 4, 5 double-digit DK out of his last 6. He's under 5K. Now we got Marco Gonzalez pitching for Seattle today against Houston. He gives up a ton of fly balls and hard contact, which is great for some of these Houston guys, especially Gurriel, because Gurriel crushes lefties. So I'm thinking if you don't have the money for Alonso, you go to Ohtani or put Ohtani in the outfield and then put Gurriel in there. Anybody else? Rowdy Tellez, I think, is in a good spot. Batting cleanup, GPP only against Max. Max will give up a home run. Tellez has got the positive platoon. He can take Max yard. Pavin Smith for Arizona. He's a decent spot for a punt. For some reason you're low in money, go to Pavin Smith. There's a lot of guys. Eric Hosmer is hot today. Eric Hosmer's in a good spot for San Diego. He's got multiple hits his last 2 games. He's now hitting 315, 3 homers, 2 steals, 16 ribbies. He actually leads NL in hits, 28 hits. And he's got a BVP against Kelly, 7 for 20. So Hosmer's in play. There's a lot of first basemen, so make sure you get the first baseman right, though. But that's why I think it's going to be hard to get to Alonso when you got these guys like Hosmer, Walsh. Jared Walsh, I didn't even mention. Play him in the outfield also at 4-1. Had a big night last night again. He was big in my cash lineup. Make sure you get one of these guys in your lineup today. You can go Walsh at first or Tanya at first and put one of those Angels in the outfield. Anybody questions on first base? The Texas roof's going to be closed due to storms. Okay. So that drops the hit environment a little bit. I wouldn't get too crazy. Arizona, I'm assuming, should be open. All right, second base, one thing we might have to worry about today is even though Roge is playing today, he's batting 9th. So we don't have to worry about Roge being too popular. He's 3-0. Take a look at our cheat sheet. Keston, it's only 50%, so really nobody's jumping out on ownership-wise. But Keston always catches ownership. I don't play him much, but until he starts hitting. Nico Horner is actually leading off today. He's 2-5. You can play Nico at, second, I think third. He's your punt play. I got 2 favorites of mine who I'm either playing Jazz, who's leading off again for Miami. We don't get a value out of him anymore. He's now 4-6. But he's turning into one of the best players in MLB. Speed, power. Seen what he did to Burns last night. Got up the first inning, stole second, stole third. He was 2 for 5, the double. Now he gets Hauser, who he can handle. He's my top second baseman. If I can't get to Jazz, I'll go right down to the old standby. Jay Cronenworth, who's down at 3-5. Good matchup against Kelly, a positive platoon. Cronenworth's hitting again, too. Very safe cash play. Altuve's up there. I mean, if you had the money, Altuve's in play. He came back from COVID yesterday. Had a great game. Had 3 hits, 2 RBIs, stolen base. But I just don't think you can go all the way up there on DK at 5K. FanDuel is 3-5 maybe. To me, I'm either going Jazz or Cronenworth. Or I guess you can punt with Nico if you want some big bats. Or maybe if you want to go like a Giolito Bueller, Giolito Max, then that's where I'll be sliding Nico Horner in there somewhere. GPP DJ for the Yankees, great play. Ryan McMahon also in a good play today against Sanchez. If I'm making more than 2 or 3 lineups, I'll have McMahon in one of them. Missing anybody? Glaber on FanDuel. Yeah, the FanDuel Glaber is only 2.5. So you need to almost court him on FanDuel. Lock Glaber in at 2.5. I'm not touching him on DK, but lock him in at 2.5. All right, third base. I feel like I'm missing somebody a second, but I'm not. I said Jazz, right? Okay, third base. Gio Urshela is going to be the popular play. Bat and cleanup for the Yankees. He hits the ball hard against lefties. Probably right now the best Yankee batting against lefties in the lineup. He's going to be high owned. I'm looking at her cheat sheet. It's showing me 27%. If you're playing cash, you almost have to lock him in. I don't love the play, but I'm probably going to end up playing him because he really is in a good spot against a Zimmerman kid. Probably don't overthink this because I'm going to end up overthinking it because I'm really on Yohan Moncada today. I'm a Moncada lover who's really starting to turn it on. I would play if I don't play Moncada my main lineup, he's in my second lineup. Then he's a hit machine. He's got hits in 7 of his last 9. Great spot against Jose Urena today. Anytime you got a bad righty going, Moncada's in play. I just think though Urshela, right-handed power against the lefty. Zimmerman, who's susceptible to the long ball in Camden Yards. You almost have to play Urshela bat and clean up for the Yanks. Especially if he goes yard and he's 40% owned, 50% owned, you're screwed. We're not even talking, and then we got Manny Machado, who's probably is the highest upside of anybody. Going against a righty, especially last season, I always play Machado and Tatis together. Not sure if we can do that tonight. But Machado's in play. He's under 5K on DK, 4.8. But his negative platoon, he's going against a weak pitcher, Kelly, and Machado hits righties. Doesn't matter. A guy like Machado, it doesn't matter. Anthony Rendon, I think he's got a good GPP play. Justin Turner, good GPP play. Jake Lamb, a good punt play today, GPP. And then I didn't bring up Alex Bregman, who gets another lefty. Gonzalez, who gives up the long ball, hard hit. At home in that short porch. So you got Bregman too. This slate, there's much more players I like tonight than I did last night. Any questions on third? Ownership's pretty much how I see it. Gio first and Machado. My man Moncada's probably way down, right? He's looking like probably 3%. That's why I see Machado as a really nice sneaky play tonight, especially if you make him with on lineup. Give him a lineup. But just use a smart play and go Urshela. Yeah. Shortstop. You want to pay up today in shortstop. Don't get caught with a value shortstop today. There's too many good places to go. It all starts with Tatis. He's catching the ownership right now at 23%. Turner's around 20. Tatis is on fire. What's he got? 5 homers his last 3 games. 7 hits his last 14 at bats. 4 straight double digit. Kelly gives up hard contact to righties. And Tatis got 326 ISO this year. Plus his 5 for 12 lifetime with 3 homers against Kelly. Lock Tatis in. I'm not even sure he's the highest priced shortstop right now. Corey Seager is going to come in probably under owned because of Tatis. He's hitting 275, 4 homers. He got a steal. Contrarian play against Hoffman. Seager's a great play too. And he's going to be under owned. Bogart's high over GPP play though, but going against a lefty. Lindor, he's going to be heating up. Positive regression's coming at some point with this guy. He's too good of a hitter. He's going against Garrett Richards, who's struggling. A good spot for Lindor. And then you got your punt as Nico Horner. We also have a second base. Am I forgetting anybody? No, Trevor Story, great GPP play tonight against Sanchez. Making more than one lineup. Get Story, McMahon, these lineups. This is like all-star game today, man. All right, and here we go to the outfield. There's enough value today where you don't have to go. Tauchman got traded to the Giants. Did he really? Or is this another one of your rumors you heard that you throw out here? Huh. So if that's true, that's pretty interesting. Mike Tauchman got traded. I think I just spelled his name wrong looking it up. Yeah, they traded Tauchman to Giants for Wandy Peralta. I didn't even think Wandy Peralta was still in the league anymore. Wow. Lefty reliever Peralta. I think he's a lefty. All right, so Tauchman's traded. Thanks, Danny. Outfield, you can go so many ways tonight. There's a lot of value. Let's start up top. Angels. You want some Angels in there. If you had the money for Trout, you go to Mike Trout. He's hit like video game numbers right now. So he's gonna cost like 6.3. Definitely in play. If you can't get the Trout, I would get in like either Ohtani or Walsh in my main lineup. And then you go to the Yankees. Judge and Stanton both in play. I like Stanton as a better play, mainly because of the price. I watched Stanton hitting last night. He does look like he's starting to come around. But both definitely in playing cash. I'll probably have Stanton. I can't believe I'm saying it though. I probably will have Stanton in my main lineup right now. Acuna's in play, of course. Betts in play. All those guys. I mean, I don't have to even give you any stats. Then you got JD against a lefty. He's hitting 370 right now. Leading the majors in doubles. Leading the majors in home runs and RBIs. Wow, I didn't realize that. So 10 doubles, 7 homers, 21 ribbies. He's a lefty masher at 5,700. So I like Bryce Harper too. Any of those guys are in play. Peterson, a lot of people like Peterson. We saw what happened last time, even though a lot of it wasn't his fault. A bunch of errors in that inning when he got pulled against the Cubs. But Peterson needs to show me a few more games before I think he's a decent pitcher. Going down a little bit. I mean, for Red Sox, you got Kiki. All these Mets outfielders, you got Conforto batting cleanup tonight. He is getting hotter. He's 5 for 15. Homer. He's got a home run, 2 doubles now. All his hits have been against righties, which is Garrett Richards. Play Conforto. Nemo's in a good spot, 3.7. If you're not using Montes, Austin Meadows at 3.7. There's so much value today. So I'm going to give my top value plays, but there's a lot of them. Justin Upton, especially if you're stacking the Angels, go to Upton. Hit another home run last night. He's on fire. You play Justin Upton when he's on fire. Alex Dickerson. I'm assuming Dickerson is leading off. No, he's not. He's batting cleanup. So Dickerson's batting cleanup. Only 3.5 against Chichi Gonzalez, a righty. Man, it's a good spot. 6 for 10 lifetime with a ribby against Chichi Gonzalez. Man, good spot. I didn't realize he was batting cleanup. He's in play. Cedric Mullins, double dong last night, is in play. Their value spots. Punts. I love this kid for the Nationals. This Yadiel Hernandez. Great spot bat in second against Toronto. They got that nonsense going like I think we got Tommy Malone and Trent Thornton both pitching. Hernandez is only 2K. He's going to be high owned probably too. You can get him in there. Tyrone Taylor's leading off against Castano, gas can. DJ Stewart didn't come through last night, but still he's another awesome spot today. He loves it. I found a stat earlier how he hits the Yankees. He's got 3 doubles, 5 home runs, and 10 ribbies in 37 at-bats. DJ Stewart's back in play. And Cole Calhoun I like. A lot of plays today, a lot of value plays. For the money, Freeman or JD? That's a good question. Freeman's probably in a better spot. JD's been mashing. Freeman's almost the same price though. I would Freeman by the slimmest of margins. Anybody else on mission? Probably not. I mentioned the Mets. Dom Smith also. All these Mets lefties, crush righties, play all these guys. I think Herrera is actually getting a start again. He's getting a start tonight for the Phillies, isn't he? He hasn't played in like 2 years since his suspension. No, he's not. No, he is. Odubel Herrera is batting 7th against C-Mart. A lot of good plays today, outfit. You don't have to go with the Trout and Acunas if you don't want to. You get down to mid range. There's plenty of ways you can go. I didn't mention Aaron Hicks. Good spot for the Yankees. A lot of guys. Yeah, I guess that's it for cash. Any questions? Any other questions on between different players? Anything like that? Let's go to Prize Picks quick. Code YFC for Prize Picks. I did throw some Prize Picks in my article today. I got Jazz Chisholm over 7. And I got Manny Machado over 8.5. They're my 2 picks for Prize Picks. Rendon at third base. I think Rendon's more of a GPP play just because there's so much. I mean, he's a stud too. But if you're going third, to me, I'd rather play Moncada, or Bregman or Machado. But yeah, I mean, he's in play, and he's got a good BPP there. So to me, he's more of a GPP play, but I wouldn't fault it against you if you played him. I put a core in my article. I'm not. Is it going to? I have Moncada as my sneaky play. My core right now is Ohtani, Jazz, and Giolito. It's probably going to stay that way unless I go up to like an Javier, which I'm not sure if I'm going to do. And Yadiel Hernandez is my top value of the night. Any other questions before we get out of here? We made pretty good time today. We got some things in the works. We give up some prizes next week or so on the show. So everybody stay tuned for that. We got Lock at 7:05. No updated news I don't see. Danny usually fills me in if there's any news, and I don't see anything besides the Talkman trade. And that's it, guys. Good luck, and let's win another slate. We're on a nice roll here again. 4 or 5 straight days. All right, we're out of here.